Huh.
What do we need here?
Hey, baby, are you right here? Oh, never mind. Nothing.
Take her down, boy.
Huh? Can you help him with it? I'm streaming. I'm streaming. Let's turn the thing off and back on.
Ready to go now.
What is that?
One left. Father, watch out! We did it! This is locked up good. Do you think for this last leg up the mountain that maybe I can carry her?
I told you no.
Why? She meant more to me than you anyway.
What?
I just meant I spent more time with you. You were off hunting a lot.
It would serve you to stop talking.
Man, that would be a good one.
Look kind of sick.
Ain't happening right now.
Let him go! Father?
Ready yourself.
Behind you! Look out! Here? Who built this place?
Can't be my hair. My hair's tiny.
It's like there were ladybugs down in there and mucus, lots of mucus, and black gunk.
No, didn't I take it apart once? Like, get you unscrew it?
That's what I did.
We'd do better to have, like, I don't know, some kind of snake tool or whatever.
Yeah. Where?
You guys ain't used to school right now. Neither one of them, they got practice or anything?
Whoa. I can see why Mom wanted us to bring her here.
Indeed.
Do you know what they're doing right here? I'll take the headset off where you can hear. No, his wife died and they're bringing her ashes to the top of the mountain.
In the first game, isn't that why he went out for
Yeah, this is a different family. Like
Well,
he's moved on, like he's in a different realm.
Yeah, I know. I don't
Oh, it ain't been
understand.
explained as to, like, because he had a daughter. He didn't have a son, so he's got a whole new family.
Wonder if somebody knows the Sky Movers take roots in her.
I doubt it.
So how's he going to get it to work?
I do not care.
Brian says there's a lot of that because he got to play a little bit more than me. But yeah, see, after God of War 3, like, because he hated the gods, all they did was screw him over. And so, with God of War 3, supposedly, he, after he killed all the gods, it said he wandered the earth. So you don't know, between, like, that point and him meeting that woman, we don't know if, it was hundreds of years, 10 years. You're like, well, he's older. But see, I told Brian, I was like, well, that could be because he's left his realm. This is made up of, he's over in the Norse. These are whole different gods. So Brian thinks he could be possibly losing his godly and turning human and aging quickly. Don't know. Have no idea yet.
Is that smoke?
Look at that, babe. I wasn't going to go all the way up there, but he wanted to.
Stay back, boy.
What is that?
You must find another way up.
The witch! Wish she was here. Bet she could get us past this.
My magic is useless against the Black Breath, and there's no way around it. Odin saw to that long ago.
What are you doing here?
Making sure you can finish your journey.
Why wait to warn us?
I was busy, saving my friend, if you remember.
It looks like Terra.
The Black Breath is a corruption of magic even I can't dispel. Only the pure light of Alfheim is strong enough to break through.
For as good as this looks, it's all in game.
What does this goal mean to you?
It's everything.
Follow me.
Why help us?
Maybe I see more of myself in you than I'm willing to admit. Maybe by helping you, I'll make up for a lifetime of mistakes. Or maybe I just like you.
Even though we shot your friend?
Even though you shot my friend, yes.
Where must we go?
To a realm beyond your own.
We're going to another realm? Are you coming with us?
Only for a little while.
Only for a little.
Let's come back.
She's going to clear that out.
We'll use this. Graython.
Can't. Sindri said it was broken.
Sindri.
The dwarf at the foot of these hills.
He was fixing it when we got here.
No one was there when I passed by. Perhaps he finished. Dwarves are awfully resourceful.
And irritating, based on the two we have met.
That too. Just give that a turn. There. Tyr's temple is at the center of the lake. It is from there we travel to Alfheim. Thankfully, it's no longer underwater.
Why is that creature in the bay?
No one knows. He just appeared one day. Soon after, Thor attacked, and their battle could be felt across all the realms. Ultimately, it ended in a stalemate, and Thor returned to Odin empty-handed. The serpent stayed and grew so large, he now spans all of Midgard.
See? Told you.
They've hated each other ever since. Destined to kill each other come Ragnarok.
You believe in Ragnarok?
I dearly wish I didn't, child.
You know, we actually talked to the world serpent.
You did?
An exaggeration.
I'm good with languages, even ones I've never heard before. But when he talks, I can't understand any of it.
Sadly, no one can. He speaks a dead tongue.
Oh. Must be lonely.
Watch your step. Just along here.
Are you sure? We came through here before and there's no way back across. See?
Is that so? Let me show you something. Are you watching? Leo!
What? It's solid.
Elven architecture. My bowstring was soaked in the light of Alfheim. It can now reawaken the magic of the elves.
Wait, it won't just disappear, will it?
Not as long as the light shines free. This way.
I want one. Those roots. What kind of magic is that?
It's Vanir.
From Vanaheim?
You know of it?
Just stories. Mother didn't say much about the Vanir gods. Just that they're always at war with the Aesir. As compared to Odin and Thor, they're the good guys.
There are no good gods, boy. Thought I taught you that.
Going into a spot here.
Tyr's temple. Built with help from the giants, Great Tyr used it to travel the 9 realms and keep the peace between them.
This
Doesn't
thing's
seem
alive.
very peaceful. Everywhere we go, we're attacked. Especially by dead things.
The risen dead grow ever more numerous. Once the roads and trails would have been full of people. Now all have hid or fled, save for the Reavers, savage enough to survive in such a world. Make a right at the bottom of these stairs.
Actually, I'm going in here. It's locked now. Okay. Guess I'm not going in there.
Hey, Another one of those light crystals.
Wait there while I reawaken the light. Lyosa.
That did it. What are we doing exactly?
Mending the disrepair. Start by lifting that axle. Good. Now push it back into place.
I didn't think there was any button presses in this.
Now realign the wheel onto the track. Perfect. Now push the bridge along the track.
What? The whole entire bridge is turning. How is the whole entire bridge turning? Boy, you're really strong.
Just keep pushing until the bridge reaches its first position. Tired yet?
No.
He's always been really strong. So about the dead, we heard someone call them Hellwalkers. But what are they?
They are poor, restless souls, denied their judgment and their peace.
By what? Could Vanir magic raise the dead?
It could, once. But this is no spell. This plague of dead is but a symptom of a world out of balance. Something or someone has meddled with powerful forces. That is all I know for sure. That's perfect. Come back up. We're ready now.
That was impressive. You didn't hurt your back, did you?
I did not hurt my back.
Through these doors.
Wait. So did the giants find the Ellis built here stuff?
All the races helped with its construction. It was the last great act of cooperation between the realms before peace disappeared for good. Lyosa.
Your bowstring stopped glowing.
Its power is now depleted. Only a few knocks of magic remained in the bowstring, and we used them. Your bow, please. Once you claim the Light of Alfheim, infuse the bowstring with its power. Don't forget. I'll try, but measures were taken to keep me trapped in Midgard.
Why?
The gods don't care for me much.
Is this it? It's so dark.
This temple has been asleep, underwater for almost 150 winters. It needs only the light of the Bifrost to reawaken.
Realm travel room.
That's like a portal room.
I would say so.
Those roots don't look like your magic.
They aren't. These roots are part of the Great World Tree, and make travel between the realms possible. Okay.
How does it work?
You will need this, a Bifrost, to create travel between realms. It can capture, hold, and transfer the Light of Alfheim. Place the Bifrost there.
Don't break it, Kratos.
Give it a moment. The temple needs time to wake up from its long slumber. It is from this room, and this room alone, that you will be able to cross between realms. What you see before you represents the temple in which we stand, as well as the realm towers that encircle the Lake of Nine outside. All the realms exist in the same physical space, reflections of each other. These doors, the towers outside, and the 9 realms are all intertwined and coexisting on the branches of the world tree, separated only by the
What's
Bifrost
this,
of
particles?
Alfheim. This place can focus and control that light.
Those particles.
Is this the world tree?
I'll explain.
Only an artistic representation of it. No, the Yggdrasil is much, much more than this.
This is
The
only the
tree of
second.
life is bound to the fate of the world, just as we are bound to it. The tree nourishes
Look at
our
that.
soils. The dew from its leaves feeds our valleys and rivers. The tree's very existence supports all of creation along its boughs. Its life energy interwoven into the tapestry of life. Birth, growth, death, and rebirth. Every strand transcending time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree. So, that's how it works. But I'm guessing you were looking for a more practical answer.
Yes.
Very well. The bridge you pushed outside is currently positioned to lead to the realm of Vanaheim. Instead, turn the wheel to our actual destination, Alfheim.
Wait, is this moving the big bridge outside?
Yes, the wheel turns the bridge, and the bridge aligns to the different realm towers on the lake outside.
Wait, there's no tower on this.
And that's why realm travel to Jotunheim is impossible. Without a tower for the bridge to lock into, the sequence can't begin. Every realm has a travel room that unlocks the bridge to that realm. I'm giving you the one for Alfheim. Now you can lock in your destination. We're ready. Remember to take the Bifrost. You don't want to lose that. Now the realm travel bridge will align, and the realm between realms will open.
Look at that, babe.
See that giant crystal? Each realm has a corresponding one that focuses and amplifies the power of the Bifrost, opening the bridge to that realm. That's why realm travel is only possible from this room.
What about that one realm tower missing from the lake?
The Jotunheim Tower disappeared from all realms over 100 winters ago, when the giants vanished from Midgard. Where the tower went and how they moved it remain a mystery.
It didn't work.
Those particles.
Follow me.
The Bifrost is dark.
This trip was its last use. There's no going back until it's replenished with the light of Alfheim.
So we are trapped.
Someone of your ability should have little trouble getting back to Midgard.
And we'll be able to make that black breath go away?
With the captured light of Alfheim, yes.
What I say, those particles. This is only the second game ever to actually like make use of those particles. That's pretty. Look at that. That's pretty. Look at that. Come in, I guess. We'll unlock the door for you. I guess. I suppose.
I hope it's fine, not some serial killer.
We'll just assume.
Well, just the same, I don't look out, I don't turn the light on, that's something to
We'll just be alright. Set my chair there. I'll grab the other chair.
Oh yeah, I told her, I texted her and Randy, I said, you'll really like it when HDR kicks on. And he's like, what's HDR?
Yeah.
Didn't even know that it existed. Like, okay.
I may have to go over to his house and set it up for him to do it properly. I told Rachel the particles in this game, this is like the only second game ever to use them from what I'd read. They talked about how Infamous was the first.
Son did a bunch.
Yep, and that was it. From I want to upgrade Max because I know he can do it.
This game looks way better on your TV.
Does it?
Way better. I can tell it was built for HDR. The watts just aren't right on it. Everything else, not a huge difference. My gosh, they built the watts for HDR.
Welcome to Alfheim, gentlemen. Think you can spot the light? I can barely see it. Something's wrong. See that column of light on the horizon? It's housed in the heart of a ring temple. We'll find what we need there. No. Damn it, not yet.
What's happening?
To restore the Bifrost magic, you must step into the light. But be very careful not to get
Yeah. That's just inconvenient. She's not dead. Is she?
Not likely. Come.
Nah, I was surprised she made it that far before something happened when she said there was magic that kept her from going there.
Yeah.
Stay by me. Touch nothing.
I'm a decent ways ahead of you because I finished this section.
What is that?
Like I got through a lot, you know?
Yeah. I only got to play it for like an hour, you know, on Friday or so. Yeah, Friday, and then Saturday
Of course, I did all of this part today.
Yeah, I played.
Is there something glowing inside that side?
Funny, I didn't wait for that. I'd
I
already get
think
it.
you killed it.
Like I said, I've been just crawling my way, just this
Yeah,
kind
the
of.
backgrounds, trees and stuff, they're day and night different.
What's that about?
Not our concern, boy. Focus.
So this is like those kind of maybe bug-looking creatures.
Here. Boy. What does it say?
Something about an eternal war for the light. I don't get it. Both sides need it. Why not just share?
Greed. You will find it a common cause for war.
So I thought I had my axe.
I missed that one. I didn't pay attention to the stuff on the sides through here.
I've noticed them damage them before, but you know, not busting them open or whatever. And I was shocked when you had to turn the thing. It said tap circle. I was like, I have to freaking tap.
Yeah. Yep, I heard into a few of those. I was happy about it.
Yeah. That must be like a queen or
They keep
something.
murdering the light.
Maybe not.
It is war. The end of one. The rope once lost.
I didn't attack them to see if they attacked me first. Took them a split second, but then they did. I hope it changes the dialogue options.
Ah! Man, they do some sparks.
Exploding things.
I was hoping to do a manual kill. I got a Tress.
Attacking us. We didn't do anything.
Same thing.
More will come.
Ugh. Where's this stuff even come from?
I got Atreus with the costume to where he can help heal me. Like he'll throw a green ball at me on occasion and give me health.
I saw one where it says when you're low on health, you can occasionally find health.
That's what I did.
I ain't never done anything for me. Never. I'm like, oh, well maybe it will eventually. But I also feel like I kind of got in the groove of the game and I've been murdering people.
Okay.
I feel like
we're
you-
getting closer to the light.
Steel.
Another cipher piece. I'll see what I can fit together.
Did you notice that when, I don't know if it'll work here, but it doesn't work as good, but you can see that see how they move. Like if you're out in the forest, trees would really sway by it. I try to remember to look up high for stuff, you know.
Yeah, I forgot about that until real late today. I didn't do it through any of the section.
Like I said, I've just been, the game is so freaking pretty, I've just been crawling my way through it, just, because Lord, it's just taking us forever to get this freaking game. It's like I just want to move a few steps, stop, take a look.
This is the first game that has made me want a 4K TV. Because it's significant, the difference, you know.
Yeah.
It's what all the next ones will be.
Wait,
Will
was that
be built
Sindri?
for it, you know.
I would imagine like even Spider-Man, all of them will, you know, Sony's there. Hey, let us help you do this, whatever.
Yeah.
And like I said, this game has been, you know, it's like I don't want to say that it's better than like Horizon because they're two different styles. Horizon was open world, which was freaking it's like Horizon's like the definite best open world, and this is like the best of the other. But really, it's kind of like the best overall. But you know, this is linear, handcrafted.
Look, there's a boat tangled up.
I love the lighting and everything. Alright. Oh, I was like, there he is. The funny one.
How are you here before us, dwarf? We were told our path was the only one between realms.
Well, it may be the only way for you to travel, but we dwarves are full of surprises.
That is not an answer.
Ah, hang on to that sense of wonder. There's so little mystery once you've amassed the wealth of arcane knowledge that I have. Where to comb the realms for exotic resources. How to craft them into creations that defy imagination. To the novice, I'm sure it all seems like magic. But, oh, all right. It's magic. Are you happy now?
Sindri, have you always been so...
Clean? Huh. Don't I wish. No, I was just as unsanitary as the next dwarf until the day a Vanir witch set me straight. She discovered that magic has hundreds of thousands of tiny beasties on everything around us. Oh, so small you can't even see them.
No.
It's true. And if they get inside you, they make you sick. But the witch told me there's one wood, the oak, that's a natural deterrent. Stops the beasties from spreading. So now, I make all my handles from oak. See? I think of these things. Okay, back to work.
I missed part of what he was said because I was, huh?
He was saying, yeah.
Because I was looking at Kratos and I was like, it's freaking amazing that, like when we watch what's like looks like cutscenes, you know, it's like no, that's all in game. It's just the camera zooms in or whatever. That the model looks that freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I remember, you know, back on the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 days, wondering would we ever get to the point to where cutscenes would look as good as the real game, you know? And it's like,
How come mine's cool and you're not?
Boy,
Oh, it's fine. Very good question, actually. You see, my brother's not as careful as I am. In fact, he prefers to work with metals using his own bare hands. Ugh. No gloves. Says it's the only way he can hear what it wants to be. Touch enough raw silver and it changes your skin irreparably. It's forever. I wouldn't bring it up to him, though.
Well, the other
You know
part
how
was
it
too.
sense.
You know,
I guess that makes sense.
what about the,
microbes, you know.
what was he saying? So like I said, I missed it.
The witch told him that there were thousands of little beasties living on everything. And
That's all a germaphobe needs to
and
hear.
if they get inside of you, they can make you sick and Trace is like, no.
Why don't you just make up with your brother already?
Me? Make up with him? Because he's an obstinate pighead incapable of change. Because he says the most terrible things about me just because he's insecure about his own work, which, let me tell you, is subpar. Because he blames me for the things that aren't my fault.
Huh? Like what?
Would you pardon me, please? I need to collect myself.
Where the hell's the boy?
He's right beside you.
Way out there?
At least to your right, ain't he? Oh yeah, he is now. I guess when that dialogue option went,
Have you done this? Oh, it ain't gonna let me. I was like, have you tried to hit him?
I haven't tried to. I threw it around us. I didn't.
I went right through it. See, I was hoping that, you know, like he just, you know, it just went through him or whatever. He's like, magic, you can't hurt me, dumbass, or something like that. Then that would, you know, explain why they wouldn't have any fear either.
Very well. To business.
Let's see, I've got freaking 13,000. I'm confused though. I thought the brothers handled things differently. Oh, I wasn't even looking at the. Well, no, he does. See, I'm confused. Or maybe the handles stay the same and they're just different stats.
Yeah, I don't think they change.
But see, I thought he just worked solely with like crystals and embedding magic and stuff. I didn't think he could.
No.
So what is that? Strength, runic, and luck. Yeah, I'll do that. How much is that? 7,500. Here I was. I thought I had a lot of freaking silver.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably do it, but I want to.
How much is just the actual upgrade is?
What do you mean, like because I'm not used to this yet.
For the axe, go over.
That
Yeah. So that's just a straight up upgrade.
the frozen
Oh,
flame.
it only cost one of them. I thought it was one of them and money.
My brother lays his hands on it again, but if he does, tell him to temper his steel longer. He's warping the bit work.
Wish I'd have paid attention to the axe. Well, it probably didn't let you see it because it's down there.
He picked it up for a split second.
Nope, so I ain't doing that one. Just because it takes away my strength. And it's like, no. I haven't even, like, so, let's upgrade them, okay. Nah.
Oh, can't forget you. What shall it be?
I ain't bought any resurrection stones. I'm like, if I die.
I bought one set of them. And I haven't used them since then. I bought them right when I didn't die.
Those are some alright numbers, but I still.
Board hot ones.
What was I at? I thought I was. What was the first thing I looked at? Was it? I was in crafting, right?
Yeah.
What was the one? Remember I told you I was going to do luck. What the crap was I looking at in the beginning?
No.
They were blue.
I never found it.
Maybe it was this. Maybe it was upgrade and it was... Hell, I'm confused now.
A lot of this, I'm like, man, there's too much crap great. I just randomly do some of them. Like,
10,000. But that's the...
Something else for you then?
It was Axe Pommel. That was it. I'm going to do that one because luck. Oh.
Now, there is something else to tell you.
Okay.
To work we go. Oh, that's fine. Always happy just to chat.
He said his 4K is so dang clear and better looking. I said, do you have HDR on yet? You have to turn it on in the system, don't you?
Let me,
Bro.
I could text him, like, if he wants me to, I could call him and talk to him the proper way to set up his TV just because it ain't...
Well, I don't know if his is 8,000 series.
Doesn't matter.
Or
Like, they all pretty much still like copy and paste.
Okay, I thought it might be a big difference.
Like there might be some lesser, like really like the 6,000. Like I mean, I know he's gonna have a new one because these old ones ain't available. But even what it is, the weaker ones, it's just the technology that's used isn't as good. Like if you go with the lower numbers, like a lot of the options are still the same. It just won't be as good. It's like no, I'm not. It's like why? I'd say that's something that's like broken. It's like why? You don't have a freaking rune. I know I've been picking up these runes, you know. Runes. And see, you can upgrade that too over there. Like I don't know if you knew that. It's see over here, square.
I didn't notice. I didn't notice those were upgradable.
It's buried in there. Hold on, no. So see, it's probably armed. See, like you've got these.
Failed to send message. I moved too far from there.
I forgot all about this one. I use this one right here. Look, this I can get health back. I forgot I even had it. L1 and circle.
I had it for a little while and I didn't use it at all because I forgot it existed. So I put one that gave me a little bit of automatic defense if I used when I used L1. You know, and you're going to use L1 for defense automatically anyways because you're blocking.
I wonder if I need that right there for those. I bet you I do. I'm gonna freaking do it.
I about got that one today.
I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Go back. Oh, I didn't realize. I skipped all that. It probably screwed me. What is this?
It popped up when I was annoyed too, and I didn't read it when I had it.
I like that. That right there. Look at that running.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. That's a
stuff I'm like, I don't even know how you get extra ones of it.
What do you mean?
The runic and vitality.
Oh, that's your stat level.
Oh.
How you got those numbers.
Yeah,
They want you to be a 125. Well, all that is a bonus. So you can buy it at any time, but if you have that level, you get that bonus.
Okay.
So you can buy this, but to get that bonus down there to do frost damage, once you level up to that, I was wanting to do because now that I've noticed those guys. Where was it at? I did one of his. Give me his bow. Dang it. I did it again. I think it's like L1 and R1. Hold on. That one right there. I've wanted that one. See that while barehanded, hold R1. And see it'll inflict a moderate amount of stun. Dang it, I did it again. That. Because, you know, I noticed those guys were using shields.
I did that one because in this part too, because it's like, yep, that's going to be annoying.
I'm going to do that. Look at that. You see what that shield does? Watch this. You can knock guys off cliffs like that.
I did a lot of that later. Not necessarily with that move, with different...
No, what I was talking about, that upgrade I told you, I mean, maybe you didn't need to do it, but... I thought you did. I guess I just have to go over here and do it, but I thought, you know, those enemies, like, you know, there was a power to I can lock on to enemies now, 3 enemies. And
yeah, I thought of it buying it, but I didn't have enough cash, you know, I'm spending on something else.
what was that? Of course, you can climb up there, but... I didn't really want to get in the boat. That's when I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to look around a little bit more, but...
What'd you say?
I said nothing.
Really? Okay.
That would concern me.
Did your mother speak of this realm?
Not much. Just that since the elves are always fighting over the light, they kept them isolated.
Looks like you get an ability to throw your axe while you're in your boat.
I see some loot up there.
Think so? I think there's another way, because I didn't get that one. But
Look how bright that is. Man.
But I got one somewhere else where I had to knock it off when I was outside of the boat and get to the boat and go around. He said it wouldn't let him turn it on in game.
Cooldown increased by 2. A drink from the dew. What the heck is that? Is that like a consumable?
I think it's something that automatically engaged, but I didn't know either.
Huh?
Again, I said
Yep.
nothing.
Weird. Could have sworn you said something.
What is it, boy?
Voices. You don't hear that?
I hear nothing.
It's going away now.
Hellblade.
Screaming. Lots of voices. Angry. You really didn't hear that?
No.
It felt evil.
He said it wouldn't let him turn it on in game HDR.
Let me,
Oh, he said, okay, found the option on TV, so now I'll try a game.
dude, ask him if he wants me to call him. I'll walk him through the best setup for his TV. That looks good. The light. Look at that. Shining on that over there. Just,
Mm-hmm.
Brian, if you buy TCL, I'll be happy to come over and look at it.
Look, should we try talking to them?
Yeah, you want to know?
No.
You want to call
But
you?
maybe they need help.
They do not stop us, so they do not concern us.
But
They
maybe...
do not concern us.
It's like, hell, that my concern, you considering you're in their realm.
Oh, they're the ones that were just getting slaughtered. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, the good ones, yeah. We'll just suck it in, baby. Give me some of that. Give me some of that.
I like the reason for not getting in the water.
Well, I didn't even hear it. What was it? Or like maybe they didn't say it yet.
No, it was the very first time we got in the boat.
What did he say?
He was like, the boy's like, are we gonna walk through it as before you're at the boat? Get in. He's like, it's black. Can you see what's in, what creatures are in it? And he's like, no. He's like, then we won't get in it.
I don't remember him saying that about the water.
Because I was like, yeah, considering, the very first thing we saw in the fight, the first big thing was a freaking Hydra. I can see him not being a big fan of getting in the water. Seeing what's coming.
It's like, that looks good.
This part doesn't look that much better than mine. It looked awesome on mine. But the parts with a lot of the white, this game was just built for. Yeah, that looks quite a bit better too because that.
You lose a lot of detail back there. Like
Yeah.
you can't see like details of like whatever clouds or whatever are back there. It's just more of like a pink or whatever.
It's sad the elves can't work things out. Alfheim's such a beautiful place, but...
It increases
War
draw
makes it
distance, oddly
You
enough.
see with the eyes of a child.
You know?
In war, a soldier sees beauty
The fog,
only in
if
the
it's
blood
light,
of his
it's
enemy.
darker in
The
mine
rest of him
because
is
the
lost.
light overpowers
Sometimes
stuff.
never.
Yeah.
But to return,
You know about war, don't you?
wars are fought for two things: survival or advantage. Battles may be won by the better soldier. Enough. Stories are for the boat. We must focus.
Look, they have sandbows in Alfheim too. Should I read it?
What does it ask?
Without me or within me, death is sure. Yet within you, I am life most pure. But I don't see any runes around here.
We must find it. Back to the boat.
Oh, you didn't do any work, did you?
No, I was gonna run.
All right.
Nah,
Love you.
said I may. Let me see what I can get with this guy. But okay.
I honestly think I've got it set up better than everybody online. Like a lot of them I've came across,
I'm gonna put he has had it for about a year.
you can tell him I've put hours into tweaking this TV. I've went through multiple forums. It's like I've studied this. It's like I went back to college for this crap, just for the amount of studying I did. That was something. Didn't plan on that happening.
What else were you going to tell me about war?
Wars are won by those who are willing to sacrifice everything to ensure victory.
It's a different time.
Red versions of the Nightmare. So I went to L1 to throw. You go over here.
I found that one up top only because there was one of the enemies up there.
Yeah.
Like I said, I forgot to look up top most of the time in this area. But I did find that little drop thing you could drop. Yeah, one over here. I've explored a little less and liked it more. I've back and forth.
Oh, it's one of those freaking sand ones.
Yeah. Found out when you get one of these right here, tap square to a couple times to hell up and shoot it, you're way more likely to get one of those R3 kills. It really helps with the,
I forget even freaking, to get him to do anything.
I did for the longest. I just found that out. About an hour or two after this. About 30 minutes before I stopped playing it. And I'm probably about 2.5 hours ahead of it at the most. So not long. It took me a while to do that too, because it's just not natural.
There's one of the, have you figured out what? Oh, hey, I found 3 of them so far.
That's how many I'd found when I got to that point too.
You've increased your health, right?
Yeah.
It pisses me off that I didn't search in the very beginning. I told you to do it. I still ain't been able to go back, so that freaking annoys me that.
I increased my health, and now I've increased my.
I ain't done the Spartan Rage yet.
Spartan Rage. I did it just near the end of my plan.
So I'm guessing you. Oops, well, that was weird that was.
It won't let me turn it on, HDR.
He's tell him say I want to call him and I'll walk him through it.
It might be in the system too.
You have to turn these things on in your TV as well. Like it doesn't come turned on, or at least mine did, and that's a big problem for a lot of people. They don't know how to turn it on in the TV. I've got mine set up forever HDMI.
I'm gonna have it. You can call him on your.
I'll call him on my house phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just need his. Does he want me to call him?
Yeah, he said yeah. He can call me.
What is his number?
519-9224. It'll look a lot better.
What's up, this Randy? Yeah, this is Derek, it's Brian's buddy. On your TV, go to picture mode, and what mode have you got it on? No, don't do that one. No, that's what that's for. That's for fake SDR. SDR is just normal TV. That HDR plus is just for it's fake. It's to try to make regular TV look like HDR. What you need to do is go back into that special viewing mode and turn it off. Do you have a house phone? Okay. Yes. Well, it's actually before expert setting. Well, at least it is on mine. Like I said, your TV's a little newer. But special viewing, yeah, turn that off. With it, you see a game mode and a sports mode. I didn't know if they were with that or not. If they're not, don't worry about that. Do you have like an overall like picture mode to where you can choose between dynamic, standard, natural, movie? Got a standard for now, just turn it on standard. Okay, like back out one and go to your actual system settings, like of the TV. Go down to, does it say Eco Solution? You're gonna have to, okay, Eco Solution, go into that and turn all that crap off if it's turned on. Just turn that stuff off. What that'll do is that will screw up your gaming. All that, I mean, I guess it's good, you know, for the environment or whatever, but for video games it can cause lag. Just turn all that crap off. And then when you go back to picture, you've got it on standard. Go to, I guess it would be expert settings, and when you bring it up, does it read like backlight, brightness, contrast? Okay, let me think. Okay, if you've got God of War on your system, turn it off. Okay, and just, yeah, to get it back into this. That way we don't have HDR trying to enable yet. But back into your TV settings, once you have it off, like go back to the expert settings where it's got backlight, brightness, and all that. Keep scrolling down and go to, do you have an HDMI UHD color? HDMI UHD color. Then maybe it's automatic. That HDMI, that UHD color, that was something I, like I said, my TV's older. That was to yep. You'll need to turn that off. That is for, that would help when you like watch, let's say you watch a program that is not HD. Like if you tried to watch a VHS or something like that, it would help make them look a little bit better. So I mean, you can turn that back on, but that's going to screw up. That's going to screw up video games. Auto Motion Plus, if that was right below, turn that off. Turn that off. That's the soap opera effect, if you know what that is. Do you know what this? Yeah, soap opera effect. It's it really just makes things move weird. It can be good for live action sports,
But it's bad for movies.
it's bad for movies and games and a lot of TV shows. But I've got it off. Yeah. That, see, I don't have that, but I would think that's your dynamic contrast. I would turn it completely off. Like, do you have like a low, medium, and high and an off? I would turn it off. Now, it may not work. It may not work as well as like, not as well, that's the wrong words. It may not work the same as mine, but I'm assuming they're kind of the same thing. Color tone, do you have it below it? That's I prefer the color tone. Did you say what did you say before, like two things before that, and before that one? So that's in there. That like see that's different than mine. Then what's your options on down? My gamma just has like a universal control, and I've got mine at 0. Yep. Kind of like okay. Then let's see this. Like, just hit your Samsung controller just to get out of the menu in your PlayStation. Hit your PlayStation button and go to your settings in your PlayStation and go to sound and screen, and then video output settings, and tell me what they say. Yes. Let me okay. Video output information. If you turn it on, like it should say information for connected HDMI device. Does it say HDR supported? Then there's something. Yeah, we got to turn. Like you might want that plus mode.
An old HDMI cable. Old HDMI cables don't support HDR. Some of them.
Like he bought a Pro though, right? So
then he uses a new HDMI cable.
You use the new HDMI cable to come with the Pro, right? Yeah, he used.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because that can make.
So that if it says not supported, then yeah, we got to figure out that's in the TV. You might want to go back to that menu in standard, like where you said HDR plus in standard. Turn it back on, and then come back to the video output setting on your PlayStation to see if that information changed.
Surely it has HDR. I mean, all Samsungs do, don't they?
I assume so. Yeah. It takes a little while to get used to it. I'd imagine you're. Yeah, there's not a lot to it, and it's like there. Yeah, there's no color on it. It's just. And we might they might have fixed something in your TV. Let's try one more thing. I'm playing in standard, but you may not need to if they fix this on your TV. In your picture mode, try to find a game mode. See, like did you have a plasma before? Okay. You may have to go turn that HDR plus off again. For the TV you bought the Samsung, do you know what its model number was? Just out of curiosity, I think it's like an M. The which one? It's like an MU 6070. Okay. But when you turn it off, go back in picture mode, or like do you have a special viewing mode on yours?
MU 6070.
Okay, if you hit back and then right below picture mode, do you have a special viewing mode? No, the picture size, that's just your letterbox and all that stuff. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm pulling it up on my phone because...
Yeah, yours is going to work better because you're connected to
I'm connected to my internet here. Let me search this on my phone. Samsung MU6070.
Here's information about the Samsung U6070.
Let's see here.
You're going to be making if I'm not connecting to your internet. It's going to barely work.
Yeah. I found a video here on YouTube. Give me a second, I'll watch it.
Hello everybody, so today I have a video for enabling game mode on the Samsung MU6070 TV. The reason why I'm doing this video is because the setting is actually not where I thought it would be. So I went through all the settings until I found it. So I thought I'd just make it a little bit easier and do this video. So what you'll want to do is click your settings button on your controller. I thought the game mode would be under picture mode. As you can see, it's not here. So what you actually need to do is go into settings, go down to general, and then where it says external device manager, there's the game mode option. If you have HDR Plus already enabled, you won't be able to select this option. So if you can, select this option, and it should be enabled. As you saw, the screen went black and then came back on, indicating that game mode is now enabled. If we go up to picture mode, you can see picture mode is set to game and it's grayed out, so you can't change it. If you did have HDR Plus mode, that setting is in here, and you can uncheck that and then go back and enable game mode. As you can see, I can't enable game mode now, or HDR Plus mode now that game mode is enabled. That's pretty much it. The rest of these settings are
all right. Did you get that where he said that was? Turn that on and we'll I'll walk you through now. I would say, like, yeah, once you enable that, like you said, picture mode will be blacked out, and then all you can do now is go down to expert settings. Well, now that you've got that, go back into your PlayStation and see if that's lit up now as HDR enabled.
I'm gonna have to reboot this PlayStation and restart it.
Maybe.
To recognize new settings.
Yep.
Because that'll be a lot better with HDR on.
Yeah, they completely changed that one from mine. My game mode was right there with the rest of all that mess. Hell, I wouldn't have either. That's like he said he wouldn't have ever found it, and I'm like, who would have freaking thought that a freaking picture mode was buried off in just a weird settings.
Yeah, it wasn't in with the picture modes.
You may have to turn your PlayStation off and then back on.
Be off for HDR gaming 7.5. Oh, that's the 6100. That ain't even the right one.
Say what now? Like HDR will kick on with multiple different games that actually support it. Like now, there's a lot of freaking games coming out. Like the Assassin's Creed Origins has it, Injustice, that fighting game, the Horizon Zero Dawn has it.
Some of them asking for his actual settings on his TV, how bright his TV can get.
Yeah.
Looking that up. Yeah, I give up. I was trying to look it up on my phone. I didn't have one.
Yeah, it looks freaking awesome. That dude, man, it's for the crap I've read up and studied on these TVs, man. It's like I went back to freaking college. Just got obsessed with it just because this freaking TV hasn't been just as easy as just, turn this on and it's perfect. It's like I've had to tweak with so many different settings, man. Like Brian's been through it with me. I've had my wife and kids, and
we've changed like all the settings in each mode.
Ogle. Still says not supported. Well, maybe. Like now, just out of curiosity, on your TV, consider game mode is there. Yeah, like your TV, like you said, like it'll say game mode. Like go through your expert settings and tell me, because see, I only looked up game mode. Let me try this Samsung MU6070. Yeah. Enable HDR. Let's find this. It's crazy that this crap is so freaking complicated.
Not plug and play.
I've told Brian, I said, for a lot of people that'll buy these TVs and they're so freaking complicated, they'll never get the best picture that they could get because they'll just turn on some mode and not like it. Dude, it's been okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Well, see, like this is what I was trying. This must be buried somewhere else, where like they're saying that you've got to enable HDR on your ports. They must have freaking moved it to, where you went to that other screen that had general, and you enabled game mode. You need to try to find let me see what that was on my TV. We got to find that. Like I say, I had to turn all of this on mine, but they've moved crap around. On mine, it's called HDMI, because it's talking about each HDMI port you have. UHD, it's Ultra HD or Ultra High Dynamic. It's Ultra High Dynamic color. I had to. Yes, and you have to turn all of them on. Yes, every one of those. Like if you've got 4 options, turn every one of them on. That way, if you ever use another HDMI port, that's your HDR right there. Yeah. So I'll go back and we'll. Yes, yeah. That's fine to leave that on auto. It's like that and your video game system should work together really well. Yep, so now it's supported for him. Now let me give you some tips on like right now on your so get out of your settings on your controller. All you got to do is hit that home button like twice on your controller. It's a little one. Then hit the center button and the center, like what I'd call the center select button. That should bring up an information bar on your TV. Does it just say? It should just say UHD because you don't have God of War on, right? You may have to hit it. It's like if your controller's the same as mine, is there like two circles embedded one another in the middle of your controller, like for your moving left, right, up, and down? This is on your Samsung controller. Oh, he's looking at his PlayStation controller.
That'll do it.
So hit that center select button.
On Blu-ray. That's cool.
And hit it to see it does an information bar pop up on your TV. And is there any information in the upper right hand corner? Does it tell you like 3840 by 2160? That's 4K. And does it say like UHD? But it doesn't say HDR up there yet, right? Like, okay, good. So what we can do now is go back into your TV settings. Backlight. I would recommend, like, just so you know, like these TVs, it's always best to play these and watch these in a darker room or with light not reflecting directly on the TV. I've actually got a light behind my TV. Like, I don't know if yours is mounted on the wall, but if I got there, you can buy these lights that go on the back of your TV. I think they're called ambient lighting. I'd recommend whenever you get bored, you could research that. It actually helps to make your. You could ask Brian. What it does is it just screws with our eyes. What it does is it makes your TV look richer and darker, because when there's a light behind, the light behind your TV won't mess with you, but it makes your TV look better. It's kind of like, have you ever seen one of those things online to where you're looking at like like little blocks and they're like gray and white, but they're all actually the same color, but your eyes perceive them? That's pretty much what this does if you put a light behind your TV. Okay, but in picture, in HDR set or expert settings, your backlight. What is your backlight on? I'd recommend like 8.
It'll change to 20 when you do HDR.
I'd recommend 8. It may seem a little dark to you. Backlight on 8 may seem a little dark to you, but if you give it time, I believe you can come to. I kept mine on 12 forever, and then I've just slowly turned it down, and it's like I love mine on like 8. Your brightness right below it, is it on 45? It's like, so the brightness for the TV's on 0. That's different for me then, so I don't know about that one. Your contrast below it, what's it at?
0.
Contrast at 100.
Okay.
Your sharpness, what's it at? I would recommend putting it on 13. Reason being, sharpness can cause artifacts. I think I lost his phone. I lost him there because his phone's
Yeah, we'll have to tell him that the black light will go to 20 when HDR kicks.
As long as the game mode works correctly, for his.
Yeah, we need to let him have.
I will. I'm gonna walk him through it to make sure.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be fixed.
I need to. Yeah, we lost you there for a second.